Good morning, my loves. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is stepping into the fall vibe. Now, here in the greater Phoenix area, I can't say the fall vibe is here. However, temps today, the high is 101. That is fall. This is fall in Phoenix. You get temps, I don't know, anywhere from 95 to 102. And that's fall. Now, if you want actual fall, the beautiful changing leaves and the crisp air and all that wonderful, I don't know, it's just that energy, that fall vibe. I just love it. I am definitely a fall person. Well, then you have to drive a couple of hours north to Flagstaff, Prescott Valley, something like that. They have the four seasons up there. We don't. We're stuck with two. We have spring/fall and summer. That's it. Our summer is, as you know, 118, 120 degrees. Spring and fall is anything from, I would say, 90s, yeah, mid 90s to 102, 103. So this is our fall. I'll take it. Big topic, very controversial. Now, I posted this on social media over the weekend with positive reviews. Sensitive topic, controversial. Every family has their own belief system. And I'm not trying to get into anybody's business, but I just want you to stop. As parents, I want you to stop and think, okay? That's what this whole thing is about. I deal with a lot of, yes, I have a regular 9 to 5 job, but I still have my trauma therapy practice. And a lot of families reach out, a lot. And, kids now, 8, 9 years old, are starting to ask questions about sex and dating. 8, 10, please. What happened to Barbie dolls? But no, I guess the Barbie dolls today are different than the Barbie dolls of the 1960s. So it's very important for parents to have those weird, awkward conversations with your kids, whether it's about dating, sex, drugs. Honey, it needs to be more than no, don't do that because I said so. They need a dialogue. They need to sit down with you one-on-one. And whether that's at the kitchen table over brownies, whether that's at Red Robin having a burger, you need to have this conversation with your kids. Explain to them that just because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right for them. Dating is more than just hanging out with somebody because hearts and emotions get involved. And I don't care how old you are, heartbreak hurts. It hurts. It hurts our egos. It hurts our hearts. It hurts our souls. It hurts those that love us. Because I remember my son's first breakup, junior high, I think. And it was sad. It was so sad. And it just broke my heart. Now, my granddaughter, to the best of my knowledge, has not gone through this yet. I'm sure she will. And he's going to go through it as a parent. It's just hard to watch your child have their heart broken, but it's part of growing up. But make sure they're age appropriate. I see too many children, and when I say children, I mean kids under the age of 13, that are trying to act like they're 20, trying to dress like they're 20. Parents should step in and put a stop to that. They really, really should. Don't push your child to be older than they are, because that can lead to trouble. Talking to your child about sex, it can be weird. It can, but it's a have to. Kids experiment. They get dared into different things. You have to have the conversation. They have to know. They have to know that they can come to you and sit down and talk if someone suggests something, if someone inappropriately touches them. They have to feel safe enough with you to know that they can come to you and you're not going to laugh at them, ridicule them, tell them to suck it up. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Take them seriously. This is a big thing to them. And if it's a big thing to them, it should be a big thing to you. So sit down with them and let them share what's going on in their life, in their world, and don't laugh. Nurture them, encourage them, share your stories. And that can be really hard because some people have had a lot of trauma. They have been raped or molested. Your child needs to know about that. They need to know this does happen. This really, really does happen. And this is how it was handled with you. But God forbid it ever happened in their life, this is how you're going to handle it. Talk to your child. Talk to your child about contraception. It's not just so they don't get pregnant, it's to protect them from disease. Most parents realize that an STI, used to call them STDs, a sexually transmitted infection or disease, can cause infertility. It can cause pelvic inflammatory disease. It can cause all kinds of problems, not just at the time, but growing up. Something that happened, kids play around when they're 12 and 13 years old or younger nowadays. If they catch an STD that will affect them when they're 30, it happens. A child that's molested, you immediately think, oh my God, I hope they don't get pregnant. They can, absolutely. Any child of childbearing age, any girl that started having her periods, and nowadays it's as young as 10. And I just saw recently a girl that was 11 that had a baby. Bodies 11 years old are not built to have babies. They're not emotionally ready to have a baby. But think of all that goes with that. There's a lot to talk to them about. So discuss contraception. You may not want them on the pill. That's fine. So talk to them about using condoms. Stress the importance of abstinence, that they need to honor themselves enough to say no. I don't care what your friends are doing. This is you and your body. And not everybody deserves access to you. And what's right for them may not be right for you. Teach them the importance of boundaries, of respect, respecting themselves and respecting others, that when somebody else says no, no means no. Don't push the envelope. Don't try and manipulate somebody into sex. And for those that are older that are sexually active, never use sex as a weapon or a tool. Never withhold. If you're married, you know this. If you're married, don't withhold affection or sex to control or manipulate someone. That's evil. That's just plain damn evil. Sex should be associated with love and intimacy, not control and manipulation. It's not a tool. Kids need to learn these things. They also live what they learn. So, what are they seeing at home that they're exhibiting out in public? Also, there are vaccines now, the HPV vaccine for the human papillomavirus. And HPV, if it's contracted, if your child gets it or you get it, it can lead to cancer of the cervix in girls, and I think it can lead to testicular cancer in boys, and cancer of the fallopian tube. I mean, just evil, horrible things can happen. There is a vaccine. I know a lot of people are anti-vaxxers. That's your choice. But if there's a vaccine out there that can keep my child from getting cancer, I'm for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not so much that your child, Finn, it's not so much that your child might be promiscuous or might experiment with sex. God forbid your child is assaulted, molested, or raped. I just want you to protect your child. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Have conversations. Have more than one. Let them know that they can come to you day or night with anything going on. And you will take it seriously, and you will sit down and you will be their safe space. You will always love them. You will always accept them for who they are. You may not like what they've done, but you're going to sit down with them and together discuss it and get through it together. Think about things you went through when you were an adolescent or a teen. Did your parents say, hey, it's okay, we're going to get through this together? Let's sit down and talk about it. Could you talk to your parents about sex? Do you wish you could have? Were you inappropriately touched, molested? Did you feel safe enough to go to your parents? If you did they trust you? Did they believe you? Did they help you? Or did they say, that person would never do that? Or, oh, you're making that up. That never happened. They wouldn't do that to you. Or did they say you had it coming? And how did that make you feel? How about that, Tall? At that point, you may have decided, I'm never trusting anybody with anything ever again. With good reason. Be there for your child. Be the parent for your child that you wish you had. It will help you heal. Sharing what you went through, your dating experiences, good, bad, ugly, whatever. You don't have to go into graphic detail, but share it. They need to know that you're human, that you're more than just mom and dad, that you had a life. You were once a kid. There was more to you than, being in band or being in choir or being an honor student or being on the football team. That you dated. And you've dated your share of frogs and toads, because we all have. And yeah, I have some really funny dating stories throughout my life that my son, he knows them. And we've laughed about them. And there's been some that aren't so funny, and he knows about that. I think I had the conversation with him. He was in junior high. And I had all of my nursing books, so Jeff was always aware. He could always go in and look something up if he had a question. But he knew he could come to me. If he said, Mom, we need to talk. Mama, I got something I want to talk to you about. No matter what I was doing, I stopped. I put it down. He had my full, undivided attention. I'm not going to laugh at him. I'm not going to make fun of him. I'm going to do everything I can to help him. He and his wife are now grown. They have my granddaughter, who's 13, going on 14. And they're wonderful with her. And I know if she ever comes to them with anything, that's what they're going to do. They're going to take it seriously, and they're going to sit down. What do we have to do to get through this together? Don't have your child feel that they have nowhere to turn, because that's when they turn to the wrong people. Let your child know they can trust you with anything. You're not going to share it among the family. You're not going to share it on social media. You're not going to share it with friends. You're not going to snicker and giggle about it and think, oh, it's funny. It's not. It's serious to them, and it's private. Keep it between you and your child. Be their safe space. Because if you're not, they will look someplace else for a safe space, and that can be dangerous. You don't want them trusting someone that's a dangerous person. There's a lot of predators out there just waiting for a child that's vulnerable and naive to turn to them to be their safe space, so they can use them, abuse them, and exploit them. Just things to think about. Please, please, have the conversations with your kids. They're worthy, and so are you.